Good morning, good people. This is your Friday edition of the PooleProof Wisdom Moment. Today, I want something else from you. I know I've been asking a lot lately. And by the way, don't mind the guy looking over my shoulder. He looks kind of familiar. Today, I want something from you that, of course, is always designed to be something that's good for you. I'm not looking for you to give me anything, but I'm looking for you to give yourself everything you need to have the life that you want and dream of. And where there are lumps and bumps along the way, I want you to learn how to think about them in the long haul and not the immediacy of it. And I tell you that because so many of us are so wrapped up when we have that eventual moment, and all of us have it, when we know that we've screwed up. I would use the expletive, but I'm trying not to curse as much these days. But we know we've screwed up, and we've screwed up badly. And we began to feel badly about ourselves as a result. And we also feel very badly about how people are going to look at us knowing that we've screwed up. And when we make those mistakes, we can get into a dark, deep place that's very difficult to extricate ourselves from. That whole well of discontent is something that we begin to carry around with us and something that keeps us from forging on and continuing on the path to where it is we are ultimately intended to go. But this is a word of advice, and it's born of years of experience, my own multiple screw-ups, and the things I've learned from screwing up and still being here with an expectation that you've got someplace yet to go. That bit of advice that I want to lend you today is this. When you screw up, don't get stuck on that fact. Instead, make a decision right then and right there that your comeback is going to be even more awesome than your screw up. Did you get that? Let your comeback be more awesome than the screw up that got you to a place where you had to look at what the future was going to be like in the first place. Because if you get stuck only on the screw up, you can't have a comeback. And if you're going to have a comeback, it might as well be as awesome and audacious a comeback as any can possibly be. And you have the power to do that. You have the opportunity to say to the world and say to yourself, this may be where I fell, but this is the point that I get up. And when I get up, I'm going to go further, faster than I ever thought I could before. And I'm going to keep trying until I get exactly where I intend to go. You know, good people, we often carry the burdens of self-expectation to a high degree, and then we end up impaling ourselves on those expectations because we always look at things in terms of what we're going to encounter as a fall from grace. But when you fall, you see the world from a different perspective, and you see that all around you, that no matter how far you've fallen, there's a chance for you to get up, climb up, crawl up, whatever it may be, and start again. No one is keeping their foot on your back unless you're doing it. And that often comes from the perspective that you hold because you hate to fail. You hate to admit that you failed, that you've screwed up. But we all do it. The only thing that you can do once you've had a failure is to get up again and again and again. Life is not fair. Anyone who tells you that is a fool. You hear me say it? Anyone who says that life is fair is a fool. But life is life. It's filled with opportunities to adapt. And those among us who choose to adapt to a world that constantly requires it are the ones who find their way in this world. I want you to be one of those people. And if you can do that, if you can get up and make your comeback from whatever it is that you failed at, even more awesome than the spectacular failure or screw up that you had, you will have proven that no matter what, if you're still here, you live on to fight another day. That is your PooleProof wisdom moment for this Friday, leading into what I hope is going to be an awesome, epic, bodacious weekend for you. And even if it isn't that, find something in the weekend that you can look at. And when you reflect on it, say, I've learned something despite the fact it wasn't my best weekend. And if it was the great weekend, learn something still that you can take into the week ahead. That, good people, is how we make progress. That, good people, is how we find happiness. And I want that for you. I want it for you as much as you should want it for yourself. Have a good one.